In this video, I'd like to very quickly cover some of the learning activities you'll experience in BIOL 3238, and in many ways also set some expectations to your behavior and engagement in those learning activities. I hope that it brings you some clarity to why we do things in the way that we do in this course. I also remind you that this is a level 3 or third year course, which means there are some expectations with the way and the extent that you engage. A reminder that at UQ, there is a general rule of thumb that you are expected to put in approximately 10 hours of work per week per course. Now, the 10 hours are, of course, not going to be entirely in person. And for this course, we hope to see you about 3 to 4 hours per week. However, the remainder of the time really should be self-directed and driven by yourself. You need to find a strategy to manage your time best. In this course, throughout the semester, you'll engage in self-directed learning, or SDL. In instances where SDL is referenced, that means you are meant to access the online modules available that will be released sequentially and periodically throughout the semester. We don't want to release everything all at one go because it, one, might overwhelm you, or two, you might be disengaged later in the semester, especially if you really struggle to find a structured time management plan. So it's going to be released slowly, week on week. And as you go through the material, there are many ways in which you would be prompted to engage, including answering some questions, watching some videos, and reading small paragraphs of text, and also really spending time, naturally in terms of the content, going through diagrams in quite a lot of detail. So in terms of when you should be engaged, you really should be prioritizing your SDL consistently throughout the semester. In terms of in-person contact, you're going to see us in class weekly, and we have a lab venue for our meetup, and there's method to this madness because it allows us to do lots of different things, including show and tells, and there's also going to be a mini project associated with this course. So in the first 5 weeks of the course, you can expect to attend class for applied learning lessons, or APP, which is what it is officially on your timetable. We also call them lectorials, and as the name suggests, you can probably think of it as a mixture of a little bit of lecture style content where we want to show and tell you things, but then also a little bit of a tutorial style where you're expected to engage in thought exercises and in some cases also complete some pre-reading. There's only a total of 4 APP classes throughout the first block of learning. And so you'll see me and Lynn and Mike in various capacities throughout the APPs. Now, in week 4, you will receive your hot topic. I'll cover more about the hot topic in the next video about assessment, but you're going to have plenty of time to prepare for this presentation, which is meant to be delivered in week 8 of semester. The hot topics is going to be a really fun way to learn more and deep dive into a particular aspect of applied entomology. Remember, this course focuses on structure, function, and physiology. So you're going to be able to connect those core biologies of insects in this hot topics presentation. There's going to be lots of options for you to choose from, but I'm also very willing to work with you in case there is a very particular aspect of entomology that you'd like to explore. Then you'll notice that across weeks 9 to 11, we have a little bit of an open lab. The open lab is going to be a period of time, a window of time, where you will be engaged in a short, authentic research project. We're going to give you an opportunity in week 6 to think a little bit more about the projects available and maybe even do some troubleshooting before that window of time for you to actually execute the project quite independently. We're happy for you to work individually, or you can work in small groups, but you drive your own research, of course, under our supervision. And we're going to also give you a little bit of structure, but not too much, because this is a third year course. And I do want you to really be creative and critical in your thinking. And finally, in the very final week of semester, I've organized a little stakeholder event. And I want some of you to actually take the opportunity to grow and develop your leadership as well as your communication skills. You're going to help me run a stakeholder event. It'll be a meal, probably a breakfast, could be a lunch, depending on how we are timetabled, where we're going to get you to represent our course and invite some amazing stakeholders from around Queensland to attend this stakeholder event. And it is an opportunity for you to meet and network with professional entomologists and also someone who might actually employ you in the future. So please take full advantage of this opportunity, but more importantly, an opportunity to work with me, practice your event management skills, and also nurture some leadership. So hopefully you're excited about the learning activities we have designed for the course. I'm really looking forward to seeing all of you in class.